Hello, it's Kate here of Cards by Kate Fletcher. Today I have a different kind of video for you. So I really enjoy the videos where you get to see people's craft spaces, how they store things, their storage options, like all the bits that they've got that you don't normally see. I love those videos. I am such a nosy person. And then I realised that actually I've never done a video like that, so I thought it's about time I did one. Now this is going to be a two-part video because I'm actually in two different spaces. This space you're looking at right now is at the top of my stairs, and the majority of my stuff is in my bedroom. So if you enjoyed this video, definitely keep your eyes on the channel because there will be a part 2 coming very soon. But for now, grab yourself a cup of tea, sit back, relax, and let me show you my top of the stairs craft area. So the first thing we're going to investigate together is this storage unit here. Now I've had this unit for absolutely years. I got it at home base when I worked there back in the early 2000s, and it's actually a bathroom storage unit. But I have now started using it to hold my craft supplies. So let's go over and see what's inside. The first thing you see when you look at this unit is my Paper Craft Society boxes. This is where I actually keep them all. So in here are the little cards that come in the boxes each month. They're all in order, they're all on this key ring, as you can see, and I just keep them tucked in the front of this box so that I know where they are, and then it's really grabbable. The key to my craft storage, having a little one, is everything has to be grabbable, everything has to be quick to grab out and quick to put away. That is literally how I organise everything. So this is now the second layer, and as you can see, that's the box it actually came in. There's actually two boxes side by side on here, and they hold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So each of the boxes will hold 9 kits. So it's really great because then I can literally see there's number 1, 2, 3, so on and so forth. Easy to grab out when I want them. I can generally remember the gist of what's in each one. So if I'm doing a project and I want something quick, it's really great because I can just come, grab the one I want and go off again. At the moment, I also have my doctor's bag stored on here. Right, let's open the first drawer for you. So in here, as you can see, is mixed media things. So we've got embossing paste, we have got acrylic paints, we've got my glossy accents, we have got my gel plates, there's a couple of brayers in there, fluffy stuff, just lots of mixed media things in general. There's some like chipboard, it's not chipboard, don't know what it is, but anyway, shapes. So that's my mixed media type drawer. Next up, this is my embossing drawer. So you can see my heat gun there, you can see my microfiber cloth, and then there's all my embossing powders. Not particularly tidy right now, I'm not going to lie, but it's functional. Right, let's come down to the next one. Right, in the next one I have my Nuvo drops, I have the pearl drops, I have the Dovecraft drops, I have my circle cutter, there's some ribbon at the back there, there's paint. Now I think I'm going to have to rethink this soon, because the little one has now worked out that she can pull these drawers open, and she loves to grab my Nuvo drops. And funnily enough, Mummy does not want her having Nuvo drops. So this might all need a quick rethink very soon. But for now, I'm leaving it as it is. Onto the bottom drawer. And in here is where you're going to find the majority of my ribbon. I don't use ribbon a lot when I'm creating, but the ones that are kind of my go-tos are all in here. I think this twine is probably the most used because I use it on Christmas projects. This is actually from Michael's and I've had it for years, but I love it. So that's probably the most reached for one, but it's a very, very messy drawer. And I don't know if anyone else has a ribbon drawer, but if it's tidy, you have my utmost respect, because I cannot keep that thing tidy. Now there are more ribbons and you'll see those in part 2, so if you like ribbons, definitely come back for that. So as you can see, we're at the top of the stairs. The stairgate's open because the little one's not here right now, but over there you will see that I store my scoreboards, my mats, my Royal Mail postage thing. I'll show you all that in a minute, but that's basically where it gets stored. I think we'll come under the desk first. It is a bit dusty, but it's used all the time, so I don't know how it gets so dusty. So in this first box you're currently looking at is my cardstock, and I'm talking coloured cardstock. Now if you haven't followed the channel for a while, I'm going to put a disclaimer in here and say I have got a huge cardstock addiction. So these 2 videos are going to reveal just how much of an addiction I do have. But let me show you what's in this box here. Right, let's just give it a really quick wipe over. So this box contains the core of my plain papers and cardstocks. So this is what I really like printing onto for my design team work. It's 160 grams. I guessed 250 GSM maybe, because that's what it says there. It's really, really nice. And I like working on it for my design team stuff, and it was until recently what I did all my colouring on, but I've now switched to the Dovecraft because I prefer that. We have some A5 card. I've had this since 2013. I think that must be when my addiction started. In fact, 2012 I bought this. So I don't know why I'm hoarding it so much. When I started back crafting a few years ago, I definitely used it more than I do now. It is a nice card, so I need to use that more. We have just, that's wallpaper actually. We have Hobbycraft. No, this was from the range. I really like this. It's a really nice quality GSM. I have used this for card bases if I'm adding mats and layers. There's one of my Dovecraft foil packs. Then we go into more from that range pack. This was Hobbycraft. This was my Christmas papers that I was using. Some holographic. There's one of my foil pads that I hadn't put away properly. I'm very, very naughty. Let's see, there's just miles and miles of paper. There's my tonic stuff. it looks like I don't use this, but honestly I do. I just have a huge addiction when it comes to buying, and it's all just so beautiful. So that's my tonic cardstock that I'm working my way through. Over which side are we on? This side is my Crafter's Companion cardstocks. I love these so much. They're just beautiful. They're a really nice weight to work with as well. So that's all there. I've got some craft card there. Not a fan of craft card, I'm not gonna lie, it doesn't get used much, but I've got it. Then what have we got here? My Dove craft card there, some cardstock from Poundland, some more. I can get that up. That's a nice card weight actually. These are papers my husband gave me. Then all of this here, this chunk is the papers. I would say they're more papers than cardstock from Hobbycraft. I went through a phase of buying them, and I was using them, but I've kind of stopped recently. But I will use these for layers rather than card bases because they're not the best GSM. Let's just grab one out. Let's have a look. Yeah, so it's 180 GSM, so it's not the best for making card bases with, but it is nice stuff, like for layers and stuff it would do. And I was adding mats and layers to it, and that obviously strengthens it. So I've got a lot of the Hobbycraft stuff there. What else have we got? Over here we have some glitter card from B&M. We've got the beautiful ombre one I got from Hobbycraft in 2 different colours because I really liked it and it was on sale when I bought it. At the back is loads of mirror card. It's just my backup, so that it's grabbable when the ones I'm using run out. They are kept somewhere else that I will show you in a minute. And I have this huge card from B&M that I haven't even opened yet. So you're beginning to see the extent of my card addiction. That is not all of it. Don't tell my husband. But that is not all of it, and the rest is coming up in part 2. So we move along to the next box. You can see that is the rest of the Papercraft Society boxes. So if I'm not using them for storage, I break them down, I put them there, and then they are actually really great for posting stuff out. So I've got a constant source of boxes, which is brilliant. This box is where I keep my trimmer, just because it fits nicely underneath. And I always keep it blade down because Philippa is not adverse to coming up the stairs and grabbing for it. So the blade is always well under the table so she can't hurt herself. And then in here we have all my pre-bought card bases. So we've got the 5x7 from Dovecraft. I've got, you name it, it's in here. 5x7, 6x6, 4x4, 5x5, 8x8, all in this tub so I can just grab them nice and quickly. So let's not root through that, but gives you an idea of where I keep them. So as I said before, this is where I keep the rest of my accessories. So scoreboard, letter size guide thing, mats, it's all in there, as well as a trimmer that is kind of broken at the moment. Now this desk that everything is currently stored in actually belonged to my nan, and we were really close, so I was devastated when she passed when I was 18, and when my granddad passed a couple of years ago and they were clearing out the bedroom, I would have liked the whole bedroom set, but we haven't got room for it. So I said I wanted this. It has to sit on our landing because there's just nowhere else in our house for it, but it's been handy for storing my craft stuff in. So there's special meaning behind it, and every time I'm working at it, it makes me think of my nan, which is quite nice. So let's explore the drawers. Okay, drawer number 1 in the top is all of my Nouveau embellishment mousses. As you can see, it's chock-a-block. I'm not getting anything in there, so I need to use some before I can buy some more. But they do get used a fair bit. These handles have entertained children from our family for generations, and I am so happy that every time she walks past it, Philippa is now grabbing and giving it a bash, because I remember doing exactly the same thing. So they get a bit of random information, but it's just so lovely, and it's lovely to share. Right, this drawer here, let's just move you. Okay, apologies for any shaking, but I've actually taken you off the tripod for a second. So in here we have a scrap folder which has been quite well used recently. We have all my foiled cardstock that is currently in use. So where I said in the box below is the backup, this is where the currently being used stuff is kept. That is an offcut folder for the foiled cardstock. I recently donated a lot of that to Philippa's nursery, which is why it's looking a little bit bare. There's some white cardstock offcuts, tonic offcuts, and then I've got vellum acetate, I've got printable acetate, glitter sheets, I mean you name it, it's in here, magnetic sheets, everything is just in there. Further along I've got my cellophane, I've got some toppers, in here is a load of toppers, bits that came with magazines, all that kind of thing. Under there is a waterfall card making kit I was given as part of a Secret Santa. Laura sent me those as Happy Mail. Hunky Dory kit hidden in there. And this one here, I really should get around to using. I actually won this. It's the first thing I ever won when I started entering craft competitions. And I won this from Craft Stash. They used to do, now what was it called? Monday Madness or something? And I won that and a couple of stamp sets in a Monday Madness, which was quite nice, but it has meant I haven't used it, which is really bad. Right, let's have a look at the next drawer down. Right, this is the goodie drawer. This is the happy drawer, because this is where I keep all of my House Coupled Itch collections. So it's just the paper pads, the ephemera packs, the stamps, they're somewhere else. Probably going to be on part 2. But yeah, this bottom drawer is where you will find all of them. So this is the newest one, which is why it's right in the middle, because I've been using that a lot. I've got a couple of the 6x6 on the top, and then everything else is just literally all the way down the depth of the drawer. You will find beautiful happiness in House Coupled Itch papers. So this is definitely my happy drawer. Luckily Philippa cannot open this one yet, it's quite heavy because of all the paper pads. If she can ever open it, these will be moved, because I don't even want to think about that. I also keep my Papercraft Society inks in here, some address labels, My Tim Holtz inks are all in here as well. And also there is a couple of Christmas collections. So I have Christmas Tales in here. I've got the decoupage in here and the 12 by 12. And I've also got that one that everyone hauled last year in here, just where I was using it. There's one from the works. Just a few. I won't grab them all out. But anyway, there are a few Christmas 12 by 12s in there. Moving up to the top of the desk, this is where I keep my markers. So these are a combination of the Touch New ones and Little Tipsies, which I got from Amazon and Craft Stash respectively, but Craft Stash no longer do their Little Tipsies. My envelope punch board is up there and a box of bows. My blending brushes, the 3 punches I use the most, are also out there. There's some backgrounds that I made and haven't finished being used yet. There's also normally on here cards that are waiting to be photographed and filmed, which obviously I have moved. I'm not going to be giving any sneak peeks today. And then this is stuff that's come in Happy Mail as a reminder to use it because I'm trying to be better. I love this tulle. Jeanette sent me that. But yeah, there's just a load of stuff in there that when I'm scrapbooking or whatever, I can just grab really quickly and yeah, nice and easy to hand to use. That works quite well as a reminder to use things. In this drawer is some baby wipes and then just my embellishment mousse tools. Down here on the base of the desk I have embellishments, sequins, I have my pencil sharpener, just a load of stuff. I can craft on here if I need to, so if I want to make something and the baby's asleep, I can craft and her room is just to my left, so she's then not on her own. However, in theory, it sounds great. Practically, that never works because she always wants to join in. So I actually can't make anything while she's awake and stand outside her room and do it because she just wants to help. Right, over here we have Adhesive Central. Again, another Papercraft Society box that I have just repurposed. All my grabbables are in here. So I have like a sandwich bag where I just put a whole load of different adhesive squares so it's quick to grab if I want them in a hurry. I've got my glues, which again I can just grab the one I want. It works. It's a bit messy, but it works. My tools all stored in here. I actually need to make a different storage because it's not working anymore. I can kind of see what I want, but there's a lot in there that you can't see and that's not great. So I definitely need to make a new storage. Believe it or not, there is 2 different tubs of Copics under there. I've gone off markers lately. Don't know why. I'm really loving my Black Widow pencils, so I don't reach for my markers as much as I should. But there are 2 lots of Copics over there if I decide to go back to markers. And then these storage tubs just contain either stuff that was sent to me, like that, and these. In fact, Steph sent me these flowers, so that's pretty much all Happy Mail in there. Next one down, Roz sent me those. I love them. And then again, stuff that I've had in die cut swaps, stuff that I've printed and not used all of, just loads of stuff in there. This one is a couple of those books that I stash busted. You know, the stackable ones you get in like the Range and the Works, and they come with die cuts. So I literally pop them all out, put them in here. It does work, I do use them. This was actually full to the brim, but I've used quite a few, and I do use them quite often. So it's going down. This, believe it or not, is offcuts of either frames or, you know, when you cut a frame out and then you've got the centre bit. So I have a plan of what I'm going to do with those. I have more ephemera here. That is, it's again one of those books that I stash busted, and I've just made up all the toppers, so I'm working my way through those. This is a collage layout I'm working on, so I took the bits out. I haven't settled on a finished layout yet, so definitely want to use the bits in here, so that's why they're in there. Just can't work out how to finish it off. I've got some flowers and stuff in there. Steph sent me those, so gonna make those up and add them to the box that had the toppers. And then there's some Christmas stuff, and those are things that came in Happy Mail. As you can see, more Happy Mail, and I think the bottom one is sort of empty. So lots of stacking units, which are really, really handy, and again, really easy to grab, use, and then if I need to put them away quickly, it takes a second to do. Now there is another drawer just there, but there's nothing in it at the moment because that side is so rammed, there's just no point. I really hope you've enjoyed part one of seeing my craft setup and how I store things. I'm definitely going to do a part two, maybe a part three, because there is a lot in the bedroom. I could just do a whole video on its own of paper pads, because my addiction knows no bounds. So if you have enjoyed this video, please do come back for part 2/3. And if you're not already subscribed, I'd love it if you would. Thank you very much for watching today. Thank you for supporting the channel and me. I hope everyone is safe and well. I'll be back soon with more videos. So until then, take care and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.